If you have a kiddo with autism, or even PANS, PANDAS, or an autoimmune, you're going to want to listen to this. Today, I'm going to talk about one of the most important things when it comes to looking at kiddos with autism, PANS, PANDAS, or an autoimmune. The immune system and inflammation. So let's go over what that means and what you could do about it. Happy Autism Awareness Month. So many kids with autism struggle with their immune systems. Not just getting sick all the time, but also a good percentage of these children actually have an underlying autoimmune going on, attacking their own cells, especially in kids with PANS and PANDAS, which can present like autism. So today, I want to talk about the immune system. And with the immune system comes that autoimmunity piece and inflammation. Okay? Inflammation is involved across the board, regardless of what the underlying trigger is, whether it's environmental toxins, whether it's an underlying infection, whether it's a leaky gut, whether it's a food sensitivity, whatever the actual trigger is that can cause symptom genetics, which can cause the symptoms. Inflammation and oxidative stress is involved, which is very closely intertwined with the immune system, right? So many people, so many amazing moms are getting IVIG, getting stem cells, doing detoxes, giving glutathione, giving other supplements, all of these things, right? And all of that is good. There's nothing against doing any of that. But if we can help our body to produce more glutathione, to produce more antioxidants, which then reduces inflammation and oxidative stress significantly, it's so much more powerful and has a domino effect on all of the things. Because when you support your body's pathways that make these cells or that are part of the detox process, your body, our bodies, are so intricately complex, and it knows when to upregulate and downregulate when it's functioning properly. It knows when to make something and when to lower something, particularly the immune system. So if we're talking about T cells or a reaction, right? Autoimmunity. Should we ramp up our reaction to whatever's happening, or should we lower the reaction? So do we have more of an attack on the body or less of an attack on the body? Do we have inflammation only for an acute period of time like we're supposed to? Or does this inflammation elongate and become a chronic inflammatory thing, which happens when the body's immune system is not functioning properly? So I wanted to come on here and really talk about things that you can do that are free and basic that we often overlook, that you could do right now that are so important, is to get some sunlight, ample sunlight, with our eyes open, especially with our kiddos. Get them outside. Oxygen. Often viruses or cancer can't thrive in oxygen. So getting oxygen, getting fresh air, getting the sunlight, and then grounding, getting their feet and their hands into the dirt, creating that neutral electricity in the body. There's so much that comes from just those things that I just mentioned to help the immune system. Vitamin D, right? We're all so deficient in vitamin D, and it is such a big part of the immune system. Please get your child's vitamin D level checked. It should be, between 50 and 80 is optimal. Obviously check with your doctor. It's not medical advice. But vitamin D is so important to the immune system. So I wanted to talk to you about, instead of taking something for the gut, taking something for the liver to detox better, taking a glutathione supplement, getting stem cells, getting IVIG. What if you can support the body's pathways that already do these things to do them better, to help repair better, to help the liver detox better, right? Because the body already knows how to do that, but unfortunately, these kids' bodies are overcompensated and they're not working properly. They're not working the way that they're supposed to be working. So if you can get the antioxidant pathway to make more antioxidants to lower oxidative stress and inflammation significantly, if you can get the body to produce glutathione on its own, more glutathione on its own is way more impactful than taking a glutathione supplement. And for instance, for any kids that stim, that is a sign that something is going on with the basal ganglia. I know that stimming, helps the child to self-regulate, but it's also a sign that something is going on with the basal ganglia. And the basal ganglia is a place in the brain where everything works through, and it's very sensitive to environmental toxins, to inflammation, and that causes stimming. So it's just a sign to say, hey, let's look at what's going on. Is it a structural electrical path issue? Or is there a lot of inflammation going on? Are there environmental toxins? How are the cells working? So I wanted to show you 2 things that my family takes that addresses so many of these things in one, because you're supporting the body's pathways to do the work. So this one is Ace Mannin. That is from an aloe leaf. And this one is Nerve 2, which is the pathway that makes our antioxidants. And when you do these things, you are helping the body to make more stem cells, to make more glutathione, to help heal the gut lining, to help the liver and the detox processes. It's to lower inflammation significantly across the board. And not like an Advil where you're just covering it up, but actually helping the body to produce those antioxidants to pair to the free radicals and lower oxidative stress. So you're repairing. You're helping your body use the processes it already knows how to use. It's incredible. While you work on all the lifestyle things, right? Because that's still very important. You can't take any supplement or activator or anything and do nothing else, right? It'll help a lot in the process, but we still need to get that lifestyle piece, because the immune system is so much, right? Not just from getting sick, but all the way down to those cells in the basal ganglia and the neurotransmitters. So if you're on Instagram, you can just comment immune, and I'll send you the link that has both immune modulators on there. If you're on TikTok, you got to go to my YouTube page, and the link is at the top of my YouTube page, and you'll see it there. But these 2 immune modulators are so incredibly powerful for all of us, but especially kids with autism or kids with autoimmune, kids with pandas. Wild. What I get to watch happen. So if you have any questions, please put them down below. Feel free to DM me always. My goal is always to find the very best, to find something that is powerful enough to maybe eliminate taking, 30 things, and to be much more impactful so that we actually see some improvement. So anyway, comment immune below if you're on Instagram, or go to the link in my bio and ask me whatever questions you got. I'd be happy to answer them the best of my ability. This is not medical advice. This is just what we do at home and why I find it to be so impactful and powerful. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will be showing up to talk about more different aspects of the body, different foundations to make sure that we look at and really look at the whole picture. So I hope you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.